It was a communal breathalyzer. There's no
Emrys just took a breathalyzer on the highway in Argentina.
There's no sterility though. Like he just gave it to the guy right. If this is your first time here, we're Eric and Brittany Highland, and along with our 7-year-old son Caspian, we're attempting to drive around the entire world in our home, a 2021 Jeep Gladiator we call Dauntless. Our goal at Hourless Life is to give you a first-person point of view so that you feel like you're actually with us on this incredible journey. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to take you around the world with us. In our last video, we picked up Dauntless, showed you what it was like to have a surgery in a foreign country and how amazing our friends are even way down here in South America. And at the end of the video, we transitioned back into Dauntless to prepare for our upcoming journey. There was so much in that video, so if you missed it, we'll link it here. In today's video, we're leaving Mendoza, Argentina, and heading east across the entire South American continent. We stop in San Luis, La Valle, and Luján along the way before arriving in Buenos Aires. Not only are we going to take you with us across the entire continent, but in this video, we'll also take you with us all over the capital city of Buenos Aires. It is an amazing adventure, and we hope you're here for it. There's so much to do, to see, and to eat in Buenos Aires. We think you're going to love this part of the journey, so let's get started. We've just packed up Dauntless, and we're attempting to leave the city.
So it's always fun getting out of here. We can't drive on that because one time we did, and we made it like come out and create a hole in the ground. There's this white wire, and there's this car, and there's this narrow exit. So it's super fun. Here we go. It's like an obstacle course. You're gonna hit the wall, baby. There you go. Go, go, go.
Baby, we are back on the road.
I am so stoked. I love the feeling of being in Dauntless. It's where everything feels right to me. I am really excited about going to Buenos Aires. Having said that, it's only a 4-day drive, and then we're back in an Airbnb because there's no camping in the city.
No, there's zero camping, like actually in the city of Buenos Aires. So if you want to see it, you got to get a place to stay.
So this was your favorite grocery store, right?
Right. Out of all the grocery stores in Mendoza, this is the one.
Is on the left.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Brittany and Caspian have been successful.
It's a beautiful store.
Daddy?
And it was my first time there, so it was totally overwhelming. And I just wanted to look at all the home goods. Home goods for my Jeep.
What, baby boy?
I got dessert and I found Tic Tacs.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how I spent as little money as I spent. I don't know how I only spent $40. It doesn't make any sense.
Man, they don't make it easy to get out of these parking lots.
We're on our way back to Planta Uno that we've been to a couple times. We love it. It's like a food court, but it also has shops in it. It's like a giant warehouse that was converted.
Look at how nice this is. It's so pretty in here. What are you guys doing?
You're trying cinematic mode on your phone, so I'm doing like cinematic karate moves. Okay, we're literally having our best day ever. We all have ice cream.
This is my lunch.
Yeah, Eric's pizza didn't work out for him, so he's having ice cream for lunch.
But Brittany, you enjoyed yours, and Caspian enjoyed his. Now we are headed about 3 hours east.
Well, really, we're just gonna drive across South America.
Yeah, that too. So originally, our plan, leaving Mendoza, was to head south.
Yep, south on the Carretera Austral through Chile, down to Ushuaia ultimately, and then make our way back up to Buenos Aires and Montevideo to ship out to Africa.
But it's cold here.
It is really cold. It's 43 degrees and it's mid-afternoon.
In her incredible astuteness, Brittany decided to make a 2,000-mile detour.
In my mind, Buenos Aires was really far away, but when I mapped it, it was only 600 miles from Mendoza because we're at a more narrow part of South America, and Buenos Aires is almost due east of Mendoza. And so all of a sudden I was like, hey Eric, what do you think about going to Buenos Aires?
And then she was like, we have to reset our visa anyway, so maybe we could cross into Uruguay because it's right on the border with Uruguay, and reset our visa. And then she said, and it's just a little bit south of Brazil, so maybe we could go through Uruguay to Brazil, back through Uruguay, back in Argentina, and then go to Ushuaia.
It just makes so much more sense because it's going to warm up here first bbore it warms up in Ushuaia. It doesn't warm up in Bariloche, for example, until November, and Bariloche is way north of Ushuaia at the tip of South America. So we have like 2 months to kill. So we'll go to Buenos Aires, Uruguay, Brazil while we're fresh, and then as it starts warming up, we'll travel with the weather south.
So my advice to you, if you're ever doing this, marry somebody who's willing to make a 2,000-mile detour. That's what I have to say. You should be really close. Camping Rincon something.
De las Sierras.
We're the only ones here because it is not the season for camping. It's going to be cold tonight. Brittany's already put her parka on. Caspian's got his new heavy jacket on. Dauntless is parked. We are getting him all set up. And of course we parked right next to the bathroom because we're only here for one night. Caspian's already found a friend.
He really likes ear scratches.
First night back in a while. It's been a minute since we've spent the night in Dauntless. Caspian, are you so happy to be back in Dauntless?
I've got Flopsy, Opal, my kitty cat, Fiona, my kitty cat, Kiki, my kitty cat, Daddy, my marine iguana, M&M, Slick, little baby.
Just like home, huh, baby?
Because it is home.
Our first night back in Dauntless was fun at first, but kind of miserable at the end. We tried to get the heater running. We ended up basically having to turn it off because of some serious issues like exhaust and smoke. We haven't figured that out. We're gonna have to test that system. Our fridge is still flickering, and now we're having some issue with the key fob. Key fobs were not responding to the Jeep at all, and Brittany came out and she had to set off the alarm. The Jeep wouldn't start. It wouldn't recognize either key fob, and now it's giving us some sort of error. It's super cold outside. Caspian's sitting in the front. Brittany, how are you doing?
When you dream about getting on the road full time and driving the Pan American Highway, this is not the morning that you dream about.
What a morning it's been.
I think the cold is tolerable as far as I'm concerned. It's the power issues that make it so much harder, because if our power was working, or if our heater was working, we wouldn't be as cold. And then when something like the key fob thing goes wrong, it just like feels like another thing. And we can't just take it to the dealership and get it fixed.
Yeah, you look online and everybody's like, oh yeah, your key fob issue, just take it to the dealership, have them take a look at it and reset it. We're like, yeah.
We don't know how to fix key fobs, so it just kind of makes you worry. Like, okay, how do we lock our Jeep? How do we unlock our Jeep? How do we start our Jeep? Like, kind of simple parts of life.
For now, the Jeep is running. We're all back inside Dauntless, and it is time to continue east. Day 2 on our way to Buenos Aires, and again, much more of the same. This type of two-way highway.
This is a scanner of license plates, so as everyone goes through, it's scanning their plates. Ours is not going to process, so we will see what happens.
This is going to turn out great.
Hello.
And the vehicle identification card.
Is this what you're looking for?
Okay,
Thank you. Gracias.
perfect. Have a good trip.
See, baby boy, everything's okay. He was very nice and very professional. He's just doing his job.
We have just gotten off the main highway, and we are headed to a town called Labulaye.
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 The Pearl of South Cordoba.
Radio saying that it reminds her of a Midwest farming town.
We have all these granaries. It's definitely all about the agricultural industry here.
This is the entrance to the municipal park. On iOverlander, they said that some taller overland rigs could not fit under here. It's 2.9 meters, but we are good. It hasn't been that long of a drive. It's just been a little
Monotonous.
yeah. There's just not a lot here, but this place looks pretty nice. It's on a lake.
It's pretty deserted because of how cold it is.
Well, there was a lot of vehicle traffic here last night. Some random people stopped in front of us, and I did not sleep well.
You know, I wish I could say that we were better at this. We've just been having a hard time. I think the cold is a huge part of it, but that was expected. But then we've had like some gremlin issues with the Jeep, and that never feels good. And it's typical for when we've been out of the Jeep for a while that things happen while it's sitting, and then we have to deal with them when we come back. So that's kind of what's going on. But I have a fruit salad.
We made one. Technically, Mommy made it.
We made one.
But it's the best thing on earth.
I think we're coming up on some kind of checkpoint. Not exactly sure what's going on up here, but Let's see what it is.
Where's sun is sand?
I don't know. What kind of device?
Señor. Hacemos un control de alcoholemia, por favor. Sople de distancia. De nuevo. Ahí estamos. Muchas gracias. Buen viaje.
What did she just do?
That was, I've never done that before, never seen it before. Apparently, it was a communal breathalyzer. There's no
Emrys just took a breathalyzer on the highway in Argentina.
There's no sterility though. Like he just gave it to the guy right in front of me, and then I had to blow into it too.
Well, they do share their mate, so why not share a breathalyzer too?
Go overlanding internationally, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Up here on the right are some flamingos, Andean flamingos in the pink. Brittany is rolled down the window to try and capture them.
There's so many of them. Those are all flamingos. They don't look pink here, but they are. That's so cool. There's some beautiful birds there. Thought it was gonna get warmer as we got towards the coast.
No.
It is so cold. Every day has been colder than the last.
And it's windy.
Yeah, well, that's what's happened is that the wind is whipped up and the wind chill is just making it freezing.
I did say to Brittany that possibly I would consider alternate accommodations. So we'll see if Brittany can work a miracle. Change of plans. I asked Brittany to work a miracle and she did.
We found a Wyndham hotel and we have some credit card points that we transferred, but they haven't processed yet. So hoping that goes through so we can book our night tonight. I think it just sounds good to everybody to not have to deal with camp with how cold it is right now.
Wyndham, yeah, here. 6 hours in the Jeep, Brittany.
6 hours?
That's what it was today, son. With the additional part. But Mommy's going to go and get us checked in. You and I are going to hang out here at Caspian and let her figure that out. And I will get all my stuff wrapped up. And we're going inside.
Now it is time for my room evaluation.
This is something Caspian does every time we go into a room.
An Airbnb, a hotel. How are things looking under there?
Good. Just a little dust bunnies, but no trash. Nice details. Nice view. Now for the bathroom. Bath. There's a bath.
There's a tub?
Yep.
Nice. Does that get extra points?
Yes, bathroom is a go. Ooh, safe.
All right, so I think you've seen everything. What is your final conclusion about this room?
That it's pretty good, but they could have spared a few extra blankets in the closets.
Should we stay tonight?
Yeah.
Good morning from Luján. We are about an hour and a half outside of Buenos Aires. It is so surreal that we are going to Buenos Aires today. To me, it feels like the culmination of our South American travels because it was somewhere that was always on my radar even before we left the United States. I know that we haven't even been to Ushuaia yet, and maybe that should seem like the culmination, but for some reason today feels really momentous. I am feeling really refreshed after this evening in a hotel. I don't like staying in hotels. I want to be in our home in the Jeep, but we are on such a long journey that when we're feeling spent, we need to find a way to refresh ourselves because otherwise we're not going to be able to keep going. We have to take care of each other and take care of our family, and sometimes it looks like this.
All packed up, ready to head into Buenos Aires. We're really hopeful that the parking situation is going to work when we get there. If it works, it should be fairly smooth. If it doesn't, goodbye Wyndham. Thank you for a nice stay. We're still way on the outskirts of the city. It's 43 minutes and it just turned orange, which means traffic's probably getting busier. But so far, we've seen 5 McDonald's, 4 Burger Kings, an Audi dealership, a Jeep dealership, a Honda dealership, and a Ferrari dealership. Brittany was saying something about what it was ranked.
Second highest quality of life behind Montevideo in South America.
Brittany, we drove to Buenos Aires.
Wow!
That's crazy. Like, who could say that? We drove to Buenos Aires. So awesome.
Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina, and a third of Argentinians live in Buenos Aires.
It's insane.
It has a population of more than 3 million people, but in the metro area as a whole, more than 13 million people. live in Buenos Aires. And some other cool statistics. In 2022, it was the most visited city in Latin America. And it's known as the Paris of South America. It has a mix of architecture and a lot of European-inspired architecture. So I'm excited to see it.
We're only about 2.5 blocks now from where we hope to park. Notice Caspian's being quiet. That's because I asked him to. I get a little stressed out when I'm driving through major cities because they park wherever they want. And you guys have to remember, we don't have any insurance on Donald's. You see how this guy's just parked here on the road? 3 of them, 4 of them, coming up on where we hope to park.
Your destination is on the right.
It's that.
It can't be. That's not what it looks like, is it?
So the parking was a bust. The place where we wanted to go is not tall enough, even though we asked the Airbnb host and he supposedly confirmed that it was high enough. It's not. It's 1.8 meters. We're 2.35. So then I went to this other parking spot that's right up here. They want 36,000 pesos a night.
So like $35 a day for 7 days. It's not in the budget.
So then while I'm standing there talking to them and I'm in absolute disbelief that they want that much per night, there's this like person who's obviously hopped up on some sort of chemical that's really excited, and he tells me, no, I know this place. So he takes me around a couple blocks up and to the right to find this place. He talks to the guy behind the desk. The guy behind the desk calls the manager. The manager calls the owner. And we make a deal that we can park in this place for $15,000 a night for the next 7 days.
In my mind, we would come in, park the Jeep, pay the $42, walk our stuff around the corner to the Airbnb, and then with wind in our sails, so excited to be in Buenos Aires, we would go see something cool and have a great meal.
That didn't happen. No.
It's really only like 2:45. It's not even that late, but I'm exhausted. Like, I feel like I fought a battle to get here. All right, first full day in Buenos Aires. We are recovered from yesterday. We're ready to do this and enjoy this city. I love the 36 hours articles from the New York Times. So we looked up the one for Buenos Aires. We are going to a cafe that was mentioned.
We have arrived in the Recoleta neighborhood and we are at Cotidiano.
Yeah, it's from Don Quixote.
This is the homemade pasta here. Of course, I had to get the mac and cheese, and y'all are jealous right now. I know this because it looks absolutely incredible.
Well, it was actually really bizarre because the moment I put the pasta with the sauce to my mouth, it took me to Rome. We're staying in the Recoleta area, and we're gonna go check out a place that used to be a theater. We're in El Ateneo Gran Splendid, which, as you can see, used to be a theater, and now they've converted it into a bookstore. It was pretty cool to see.
So we've been walking around for a little while here in the Recoleta neighborhood, and one of the things that it's known for is this giant rubber tree. It's a massive, massive tree. Of course, Caspian wants to climb it. It's so hard to tell him no. It's just gorgeous, you guys. And there's like this giant fair over here that we're gonna go check out. Really just spending the day here in Buenos Aires. Brittany, what do you think?
Hey, we're just finding fun things. There's people playing ping pong over here, and they're rotating. Go, Daddy!
Oh, go, Daddy! Go, Daddy!
Had a great day in Recoleta. It's been a lot of fun walking around, meeting people, going to the market. Now we're on our way back to Palermo, where we're staying. I think we're gonna grab some food and turn in for the evening.
We are ending our night here in Palermo, Soho. Walking back. Brittany, we just had dinner.
We did.
What'd you think of today?
It's been really fun. It feels like we haven't done this in forever. Just after our US visit and then our time after my surgery with me laid up. So it's just fun to be exploring and not have an agenda, be in a completely different place. It's special.
And it's a really cool location, isn't it?
Yeah.
Day 2, full day. Brittany was like, Eric, you get to pick today whatever you want to do. So today's my day.
I'm quite at my leisure. I don't have to plan anything. Another really fun day in Buenos Aires. What all did we do? We had cinnamon rolls. We had a delicious lunch. We went to see the tunnels underground and walked around a market. And now we are totally wiped because this pace has been so much faster than anything we've been doing for months. So we're gonna go rest. Out and about again today. We had more of a down day yesterday. Eric did some work. We are on our way to a surprise for Caspian, but somewhere that I'm really excited about too.
It's okay, give me your hand.
What you're about to see is the Triceratops moving.
Oh, he did move.
It gave me a choice to be around 5 velociraptors or 1 T-Rex. I'm picking the T-Rex.
Come look at this. Boom, boom, boom. That's really just a stick beetle.
Yeah.
And then look at that.
Caspian. Oh my goodness. This is the main reason we wanted to bring Caspian to this museum. Like all little boys, he's fascinated by dinosaurs, and they have quite a collection here of dinosaur fossils and replicas. And they even have a place where the kids can dig for fossils. It's very interactive.
So here is Caspian next to a vertebrae from the Argentinosaurus. Look how massive that is. Wow.
It's just a really cool place, and at $7 for a family of 3, you really can't beat this.
We are at the Eco Park. Now, this used to be a zoo here in Buenos Aires, but they changed it in 2016 and made it into an animal sanctuary where the animals run free.
You can see some of them here under the brush, and if you look just behind, you'll see that they're right next to a walkway where some people are walking. It's really cool.
We found the peacocks. They're all hiding among the trees.
And there's some elephants.
Some elephants?
Cool.
Elephants? Oh yeah. And Eric found elephants.
Look at them, Caspian. Those are real elephants.
Wow, I wonder how we get closer.
Don't think you do. Just a random giraffe walking around right in the heart of Argentina in Buenos Aires. And there are some ostriches as well in this enclosure. Really cool to see. I'm telling Brittany this place is essentially a defunct zoo that has been preserved as a park, and some of these animals are still here because they were born in captivity, the sign says, and so they've never lived in the wild and wouldn't be able to survive in the wild. So they're going to stay here and be cared for until the day they are here no more.
What are you about to do, handsome?
I'm gonna ride the carousel.
Do you have your eye on a horse?
No, I'm just gonna go around.
All right. Do you notice there's an upstairs too? Caspian found his horse.
Caspio.
Goodbye, Eco Park. Thank you for a lot of fun. Are you a fan?
Yes!
Awesome.
Because I went on a carousel and went to El Plaza de Juego, the Plaza of Games. But we did get to see the Plaza de Agua, Plaza of Water.
There was a lot to it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
We are off to breakfast at an American-style diner. All right, we're here. They have all the license plates on the wall. They have sports game pennants. The Yankees are really close to the Red Sox though, so I don't know what's going on with that. They're playing 80s music. Trippy. Got a little excited when our food came.
I'm already halfway done. But look at Caspian's. It's like monstrous.
Yeah, Caspian has a stack of pancakes. I have chicken and waffles. Eric has just a traditional breakfast.
You have a whole chicken.
All right, we had our American style breakfast. My favorite thing was the chicken. It's really good. All right, we are on our way now to possibly one of the most famous neighborhoods in Buenos Aires called El Caminito. I've heard that it's a tourist trap, but it's still really nice to walk around and take pictures because it's the place where all the houses are painted different colors and it's very visually stimulating. And we are going early because that's supposed to be when there are fewer people. So we'll see if our plan works out.
Are we in there? Are we in the area?
We're here, the El Caminito area. As we got out of the taxi, our driver said, be careful with your cell phones. And we heard that there is petty crime around here just because there's so many tourists. But we will be careful as always, and we will enjoy the colors and the sights. So there isn't a ton to do here other than walking around, unless you want to eat a bunch of empanadas or shop for a bunch of souvenirs. But it's beautiful, and this is more the Buenos Aires that I had in my head. Like, it's the images that you see all the time with the tango and the colors and the old architecture. So it's really fun to be here. We drove to Buenos Aires. All right, we're back. Caspian's getting a piggyback ride because he has a little blister on his foot. Headed back to our Airbnb for the afternoon.
Brittany's sick today, and so Caspian and I are taking on the challenge of taking apart his remote control car.
Both of them are now not functioning, but that one's the newer one.
As you can see, Brittany is sick. So guess what Caspian and I are doing? We're going to the most famous pizza place in Argentina and then to one of the top 10 ice cream places in the world.
I bet I'm gonna like it. I wonder what ice cream flavors they're gonna have.
We're just waiting on our Uber to show up and we will be off to the pizza joint. You pumped?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Pizza!
¿De dónde estás, Eddie?
De los Estados Unidos somos.
Estados Unidos.
This is it. The world famous pizzeria Guerin pizza since 1932. Here we go, Caspian. Sí. Oh, this is where you get to see all the pizza being made, Caspian. What'd you say? There's a lot of noise here?
Yes!
It's a busy place, isn't it, baby boy? Wow, look at the size of this thing, Caspian.
It's really, really, really big.
I don't know that we can, like, this is like something out of Star Wars where it just keeps going on the screen.
I don't think it's as big as one of the Star Destroyers.
This pizza's very filling, and that's about all the damage Caspian and I could do. I ate 2 slices, Caspian had 1, and that was it. All she wrote, right, Caspian? As you come out of Pizzeria Guerin, you're on this main drag right here, and at the end of this drag is the obelisk, as they call it. It looks like the Washington Monument. And just 2 blocks away is supposedly one of the 10 best ice cream spots in the world. It really stinks that Brittany is sick, but it's nice to be out with Caspian. He's got his yo-yo, and we're headed to the ice cream spot. Life's pretty good. Just wish Brittany was feeling a little bit better. So to give you an idea, this is the line for the ice cream. It's about a half block long. We're in the line for Cadore. All these people are waiting for ice cream, and we passed about 5 ice cream shops on the way here. This is the spot, Caspian. What do you think?
I hope it's worth it.
Yeah, me too. Caspian's making friends, asking him to play rock, paper, scissors. As you can see here, it says National Geographic says that Cadore is one of the top 10 of the best ice creameries in the world. How is it, Caspian?
Really good.
Is it one of the best in the world?
Yeah.
Well, we did it. We had a really successful afternoon. Caspian and I had the pizza, had the ice cream, going back to Brittany, bringing her some ice cream, hoping it doesn't melt. And yeah, it's been a good day. Hopefully Brittany will feel better soon. This is our last week here in Buenos Aires before we get back in Dauntless. We have spent 3 weeks in Buenos Aires, and it's been great except for this last week because Brittany got sick and she's been pretty much out of it the whole week.
Yeah, I haven't been out of this apartment in 7 days.
But you're going to today.
Yes, I am.
Because
Dun, 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 dun.
well, we're headed towards Brazil.
Yay! We added this Buenos Aires Brazil section in here because it works so much better with this season. It is shoulder season now. The weather is so much different than when we got here 3 weeks ago.
We live outside nearly full time, so we have to follow the weather whenever possible. And now that it's warmed up, we're going to continue our drive around the world. In our next video, we're picking up Dauntless, and this time we're headed north. That's right, we're going in the wrong direction, but we're going to all the right places. We'll be heading out to some thermal pools. We'll test out our new Starlink that we brought back with us from the States, and most importantly, we'll take you with us to a very remote national park called Iberá, which is located off the beaten path in northern Argentina. This place is teeming with wildlife, and you are not going to want to miss this next episode. So, if you haven't yet, we invite you to subscribe to our channel now and join us on this epic adventure around the world. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified when our next video goes up. And if you really want to get to know us and get an uncensored, raw, and transparent look into what our journey around the world is actually like, join us on Patreon. We have a lot of fun with our patrons. We give early access to our YouTube videos, share exclusive live video, and of course we answer all the behind the scenes questions that you guys have. Head to the link in the description of this video. It costs you nothing to check it out, and we'd really appreciate it. We hope you've enjoyed this section of our journey around the world, and we thank you for being part of it. Stay tuned for the outtakes, and until next time, we will see you in the next video.